In this section, we'll conclude our Part 1 introduction with an advanced supply chain and fulfillment techniques overview. Our objectives will be as follow. After completing this lesson, you should be able to explain the business flows contained in the Advanced Supply Chain and Fulfillment Techniques course and describe the high-level capabilities and benefits of these flows within Oracle Cloud. Our first topic will be Advanced Supply Chain and Fulfillment Techniques course content. The Advanced Supply Chain and Fulfillment Techniques course covers several integrated, end-to-end Oracle Cloud cross-product solutions to meet more advanced supply chain business processes and advanced fulfillment options. These end-to-end flows are seamlessly integrated across Oracle Cloud products using new and enhanced orchestration architectures. The course covers the following business flows: supplier to customer drop shipments, back-to-back supply chain orders, internal material transfers, consigned inventory, and contract manufacturing. For modern organizations, channel expansion coupled with the need to optimize cost and delivery time across the global supply chain has increased fulfillment complexity. The simple diagram illustrates the need for suppliers to use multiple methods for communicating and getting product to their customers. That could include drop ship functionality, back-to-back, which includes suppliers and procurement activity, or also through the work orders and manufacturing, which could either be in internal manufacturing and DCs, or could be outsourced factories as well. Using advanced fulfillment techniques, you can optimize fulfillment across all your channels to maximize customer service and revenue. This includes in flows which would be capturing orders through your order management or import functionalities, optionally configuring the products using Oracle Configurator Cloud, Oracle's robust pricing functionality to price your orders and meet your revenue goals, integration with global order promising and planning so that you can promise and schedule the orders. And then within order management, we use orchestration processes to execute the steps to fulfill all the lines of your orders. And then finally, integrate with your financial systems to generate bill and collect the revenue. So all this is done through various life cycles throughout the life cycle of the sales order, including capturing, promising, and fulfillment. Those would use the following applications in cloud, which include order management, global order promising, supply chain orchestration, and also integration of manufacturing, procurement, and inventory. The following is a simple overview of the back-to-back process. Within this, the process is fully automated, which allows you to focus your time and energy on your companies and the core competencies. With this process, it allows for the automated selection of source of supply, which can be internal or external. It also puts a pre-reservation of supply until actually fulfilled. Also, this includes automated rule-based responses to supply all the changes. So in the diagram, we would start with the customer providing us with an order, which we would enter into order management. Then, by submitting and booking the order, that will launch the predefined process. During that back-to-back process, the system will automatically create and reserve the supply. So this means before we physically take receipt of the product, the system will automatically put a virtual reservation against that product on our sales order. That way, when we receive the product, we don't risk losing that product to any other orders that were entered afterwards or any other demands. So in this case, the demand could be fulfilled either by external suppliers, our internal factory or manufacturing, inventory from our distribution centers, and so on. Once we take physical receipt of the product, then it instantly matches that receipt to the reservation against our sales order, and then we can ship to our customer to complete the fulfillment. The dropship process is an order fulfillment strategy where the seller does not keep products for inventory, but instead relies on suppliers or contract manufacturers to build, store, and ship orders directly to the customer. When a customer places an order for a dropshipped product, the seller issues a purchase order for the item and provides instructions for shipping directly to the customer. The supplier or the contract manufacturer then ships the products, and then the seller earns their profit. In the SCM Cloud, this process is completely automated, allowing you to focus your time and energy again on your company's core competencies. This diagram depicts the overall process flow from customer placing the order to you within order management to integrating your procurement, working with a supplier, and receiving the order from the supplier directly to the customer. The internal material transfer process provides end-to-end support for the transfer of goods internally. With this process, we're able to move product that we already own in one of our organizations to another org. As an example, we may have a sales order which was placed, but our local warehouse is out of the product. Instead, we may have the product located elsewhere in different regions where we need to first transfer the product from that distribution center to the local organization, and once received, we can then ship to our customer directly from that local warehouse. This particular flow is great for inter-organization, and intercompany transfers. Also in this example, the transfer order which is generated serves as a single document for both demand and supply sides. This process is also fully integrated for fulfillment and receiving. This will also allow you to balance your internal and external demands, and it is also supportive of project-driven supply chain. This diagram depicts how financial orchestration supports your complex, global structures without compromising supply chain efficiency. It separates the physical from the financial and allows you to model and execute both independent of each other. Let's walk through this example. In this flow, our shipment is originating from China and going to the US. However, in our scenario, we have an Asian headquarters in Singapore which requires that all sales and purchases would go through Singapore. So in this case, we would have China to Singapore, then Singapore to US. Essentially, it's like an internal drop shipment flow. Next, you would need orders, invoices, and payments to back up this type of sale. You would also need to make sure that they're in accordance with the transfer pricing and other agreements you have in place with the governments or in the jurisdictions where you are operating. This also requires a system that can model these agreements and automate execution. Supply chain orchestration and advancement fulfillment techniques allow you to do all of these seamlessly. Fix the consigned inventory process flow. The consigned inventory process is initiated when a consignment agreement is established between a buyer and a supplier. The consignment agreement stipulates the terms of the consignment relationship between the buyer and the supplier. Consigned inventory is ordered from the supplier through a consignment order and then is received in the organization within the same manner as a non-consigned inventory. Change in ownership actually occurs when the buyer uses a product, for example, issuing to manufacturing or selling product to the customer, or after a pre-specified, for example, 30 days or 60 or 90 days. This time period which is negotiated is referred to as the aging period. The consumption advice is used to report consigned inventory usage to the supplier on a periodic basis, such as daily or weekly. The supplier will send the buyer an invoice for the consigned inventory which has been used. When the invoice is received from the supplier, it can be matched and advised for audit and reconciliation purposes. Once the invoice is validated, payment will be sent to the supplier. Optionally, pay on use can be configured to pay the supplier immediately upon usage of the consigned inventory. The contract manufacturing flow is one that is integrated with external manufacturing so that we can fulfill our orders on source as opposed to our internal. In this case, the process is fully integrated with the manufacturing process. It can be used for make-to-stock or make-to-order. It also provides complete visibility into your partner's operation. It allows you to plan and supply components to your contract manufacturer, and ultimately allows you to ship directly from the contract manufacturer to your customer. In this flow, the customer would give us an order, which we then place within order management. Then, once we release and book the sales order, that will become a supply order to create the supply. This will automatically launch the appropriate process through contract manufacturing, and in this case can either directly create a work order to the manufacturing system or generate a purchase order which gets communicated to the contract manufacturer and into the system. And then ultimately, once the product has been produced, the contract manufacturer will ship directly to the customer and then integrate electronically the transaction so that our sales order can go ahead and complete its cycle, including creating invoices in the billing process. The second topic will be an introduction to Oracle Supply Chain Orchestration Cloud capabilities. This diagram depicts how Oracle Supply Chain Orchestration provides the backbone delivering end-to-end supply execution and management for SCM Cloud cross-product business processes and flows. This includes areas such as back-to-back supply chain orders, internal material transfers, and contract manufacturing. Powered by the orchestration framework, these complex supply flows are automatically executed step by step through the business process. The supply flow provides visibility and alerts them when there are exceptions or jeopardy conditions. This improves the efficiency of the supply chain and